Face-to-face for the first time in 16 months, Prince Harry today cast his ongoing rift aside to be with family following the King's cancer shock. So where does this leave the feuding brothers? While Harry is said to be open to a meeting, William has no plans to meet with him this week. Instead, he's focusing on his own public engagements. And it could get a bit awkward if Harry ends up staying at Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, the place he was kicked out of last year. It would mean the brothers at war could become neighbours at war, with less than a mile of no man's land separating William's Adelaide cottage and Frogmore Cottage. Not sure there's much chance of that, though. Joining me now live from Los Angeles is the host of the Royal Podcast To Die For Daily, Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, welcome back. 24 hours after we spoke to you, Harry is here. We think he might not be here for long. We're fairly sure. Emily Andrews just said to me she wouldn't be surprised if he's already back at the airport, jumping on a plane to LA.
And we do know that they are preparing to head to Canada to promote Invictus, both Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So I feel like that is going to be a priority for him, and that is going to dictate a little bit of how long he stays in the UK. We know that they have that trip planned, and that is a big trek for them because they've got to find, I'm sure that it's childcare, it's getting everything in order before, crossing the border over to Canada. So yeah, I think that I'm glad that he spent some time with the King today. It's interesting that you have reports that Prince Harry was open to a meeting with Prince William because People magazine here in the States, which is very Sussex friendly, the Sussexes give them a lot of exclusives. There are a lot of, leaks that go into People magazine from Sussex sources that tend to be accurate. That they've reported that Harry has no plans to visit with his brother. And to me, I interpreted that as almost, I don't want to meet with my brother. So I'm curious to know where you're saying that Harry is open to a meeting with Prince William, because America is not reporting the same thing.
Well, it may be one of those PR situations, mightn't it, where he's open to it, but he doesn't want to actually offer it because, he doesn't want to be the guy who blinks first. Brothers can be weird like that.
Yes, I also think that maybe he knows that it's realistically not an option. Prince William, we're getting ready to see him again tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. And he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders right now. He's taking on additional duties on top of daddy duty. He's helping the Princess of Wales, Catherine, in recuperation. We know he's spending every spare second at home with her and the kids, but he's got to be the face. He's got to put himself back out there while the King is in this situation, while his wife, the Princess of Wales, is unavailable until Easter. He's going to have to take on additional work and be the face. So the likelihood of that reunion, it's not going to happen with so much on Prince William's plate right now.
Well, also, nothing's really changed, has it, since the book came out pretty much a year ago, and all of the things that were in the book that supposedly incensed William anyway, in addition to what he was already incensed about.
And what really upset Prince William at the time were what he deemed swipes at his wife, the Princess of Wales. And she is, Harry knows she's unable to defend herself. But today, she's in a very vulnerable situation. We know that she had her abdominal surgery a few weeks ago. She stayed in hospital for 13 days, and we don't expect to see her until Easter because she's going through, she's in recovery at home, safe and sound with her babies. I'm sure she's thrilled to be able to spend this extra time with them. But, I think that Prince William is probably especially protective of her right now, feeling like she's in this vulnerable state of recovery.
Indeed.
Just to pick up on Kinsey's question, actually, it's a good question, Kinsey. I understand that actually it was Kensington Palace, William's spokespeople, who were briefing that there were no plans to see Prince Harry. And I thought it was very significant that they were being so definitive, because if you were wanting to be kind of conciliatory, perhaps, as Prince William's spokespeople, you might say, well, we'll see, or no comment.
If there's time or
there's
something
time,
like
no
that.
comment. no plans to see his younger brother. I
Right.
mean, very definitive. And for me, that can only have come from Prince William.
Yeah.
So Kinsey's right, very protective of his wife and children, but he's making it very clear he's not going to see his younger brother.
Yeah. That would seem to be the status quo. And given that he doesn't appear to have gone out of London with his father either, you would imagine that it would be a bit of an awkward thing then for him to stay in London or indeed in Britain.
Well, we know he stayed in the hotel, a hotel, the last time he was there.
Yeah.
When he was there, I believe he wanted to stay at Windsor. He was there for some sort of litigation, and his request was denied. So he did stay in a hotel. So he's comfortable with that. He's okay with that. Obviously, he'd prefer to stay at one of the estates and feel protected, but I think that he was mentally prepared to stay in a hotel if he had to. I imagine if there was a formal invite for him to come out and see the king and spend any amount of time with him, they are going to handle that on the palace's end. But they have requested that he give them notice when he plans to come out, and they will determine whether or not they're in a position to give him the room at an estate if he needs it.
Yes. Kinsey, thank you very much indeed. Kinsey Schofield there with the word from the United States of America, Los Angeles in particular.